السلام على سيدنا محمد نبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. I welcome all of you wherever you are, and again welcome back with this lecture of your program of lecture of Fatwa on the land. The first question: a man, he lives in an Arabic country, asked another person, another country, a loan, so he gave it to him, and it's valid 20,000 of that currency. With the does he take it back in Egyptian money or 1,000 dinar? The answer: if he gave him the loan in the Egyptian pound, then this is what is required of him, and the loans you pay with its value. So 20,000. This is what you need, or the time of that that's equal to 20,000 guinea. So you pay the loan of its value, unless there is a big deficit. If the currency fell down too big, then you do try to the normal fluctuation, not a problem. That has nothing to do with the rule. But if it is completely filled, collapsed, the currency collapsed, that's when you need to try to find a middle road, middle way, midway between them, because neither the loaner or the one who took the debt, the loan is their fault. So they can talk about how they go to settle this matter down. That's going to reduce the harm, or they could be equal in this. And American Muslim Jurist Association, they made a verdict that's similar to this. The second question: is the daughters, if the nieces, do they inherit? They are not from the inheritance. The inheritance from women, the mother, the grandmother, the wife, the sisters, and the daughter of uh, the son. So to the closest male, as the Prophet said before. A question, the third question after this, the brother who's asking about a toy. He said it is more known than to be told. Well, I tell you, this is maybe known to you, not to us. So we looked what is said about in the social. I think it's called MMA. This game is from the fighting. It shows you how to self-defense, and it is allowed that the person hit the person in his face and very critical areas. If it is like that, so every toy or a game that has pain uh, in the face, especially in the face, you should not. The Prophet ﷺ said, if you fight your brother, don't hit him in the face. We're not talking about training and on how to capture the all that um, part that has to do with training and be good at it. But that should not. But the game should not. The thing that Allah forbids to hurt somebody or to cover the private part or to hit somebody in the face. I should not be gambling on money, then it is allowed. So it does not have any of the violence that has to do with hurting somebody. Claim that you don't, that's your responsibility. I give you the rule. The rule: if this game allows the harm on the other part to hit him in his face and the private parts, so anything you say after this to cover your private part, that's good. That's one condition of allowance. What about the rest, which is not to harm others? And you have a very clear uh, hadith that if you hit somebody, don't hit him in the face. So if you want to teach etiquette that the players follow of not harming others, a truthful harm, and to leave hitting the face like the Prophet ﷺ said, and all the things are forbidden, are covered, then it should be allowed, inshallah. آمين يا رب brother is asking that a person that he had sexual intercourse with his wife during Ramadan, and he didn't know the rule at 10 Ramadan after that. That is forbidden, of course, on the person who is fasting. It is what is known by necessity, unless he is a newcomer to Islam or he was raised away from the Islamic teaching. So there's a dispute between the scholars about what to do ignorantly. Some who give him the permission of being wrong, because Allah said in the Quran, "Oh Allah, forgive us if we have made a mistake, or if we did not know or forgot." And the hadith that it is okay. And another ayah, Allah said, "Only what you have intended to do." And the others, they said it's no Isra because you are leaving something that's essential in one pillar of Islam. So you're supposed to do the kafara and recompensation. And the wife, if she allowed him of the same, if she was not forced. So they have to redo and pay the kafara, which is to free a slave. Since there is none of that happen now, you could fast 2 months continuously, and if you can't, then you feed 60 needy, which is half of a handful of what the grades of this. And since this has been over 10 years, we give him the fatwa of asking Allah's repentance and to keep abundance of fasting extra, and his matter is left to Allah Azza wa Jal. And whomever is capable of the kafara, he have done what is guarded. The other question: if there is a divorce the first time and the period passed by, do we have to have another contract or after the second one? Well, there's a small and big clearance. If he gave her a divorce that he did not come back to her in the dinner period and he wait till the period is done, then this is the small clarity. She go back to him with a new dowry and new contract. But the big one, after the third one, she is not allowed except with a new contract and new dowry, but after she marry someone else. That's the difference between them. do another question. Is there anything with grandkids? Inshallah. Well, I hope for the Bureau Control to send the required will to the brother who's asking this question. The other one is life insurance, and we have already answered this several times to stop it because it is a lot of gambling, and the only time it is allowed is times of necessities, and we have given our position. So I ask my brothers in the control to put the web page on the other one. The Imam made someone, the Imam has made prostrate, but the person, if he came in with the and then he followed his Imam, his prayer is okay, he did wrong because he did not follow his Imam in one part of the Salah. But if completely didn't do the ruku and he prostrated immediately, you have taken one pillar. So when the Imam finish, he need to add one more rak'ah. Then it will his salah will be accepted. All right. Another question about can you use the credit card during the grace period? Yes, we already mentioned that so many times. Do do you have to pay? You mean if you work in Uber or a driver for? If that's what you mean, the zakah on the rent, we meaning the income. Then you add it of what you have from money. But if he means the return, meaning what he comes from income, if he take to IRS and he has some money back, this is an income. If you count the next year, then you add it to the like let's suppose I has zakat Ramadan and I did my filing in taxes and I paid what I'm required and the Qa'dah the Hijjah and I have some return from the income. That's a new income. A question that his mother takes medicine that 40% of it is alcohol. Can she drink it? You're supposed to be stopped for the hadith of Abu Darda that Allah have sent the illness and the cure, and for each illness there is a cure, and don't take something that's forbidden. So someone asked the Prophet ﷺ about Muslim is forbidden from doing it. He said, I do it for medicine. He said it's not a cure, but it is. So it's not a purity, except for a great need. Like if you had pain, and you cannot do it except for that medicine. Because I know there are so many other alternatives. A question about to participate in 401k, and we have mentioned in that part the way American Muslim Jurists Association said if it is required on these alternative accounts and be given some other stuff, and this way you can reduce the tax. nothing wrong with participating in this for the better needness of this. And also it shows a lot of loss when we talk about the Muslim group, and we said that for those who participate with these financial institutions to change his intention to the things that are permissible. And the truth is what was given to him. And his income, there is definitely a pure earning, and the ones that are mixed, you have to get rid of that part that is forbidden, and the things that are not abused to stop it, and that's by taking that bad part to the general needs of the community. Ameen. 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 We are trying to find, look at the question so we don't repeat a question that already answered. Someone is asking, is my weakness from the night prayers, is it a sign of hypocrisy? No, but it shows that you're shortcoming, and so raise and stay away from what Allah has forbidden, and He will keep you. So someone said, I was and he said that I'm not going the night prayers. He told him because your soul is driving you to do the thing that Allah forbids. I mean, another question: when we study the Quran on the things that are similar and the rules of tajweed, we write on the Quran with the pencil or some of the benefits with the color. Uh, so if that is not allowed, what do we do in our previous years? It's scary, and I am really anxious. The answer, the scholars they had disputed the first one that don't allow this. It was said that Abdullah ibn Mas'ud he said he used to say Jald the Quran and don't put in it what's not from it. And Abu Atta said he used to take like the 1/10, which is to put one uh, ring after each 10 ayat. The scholars from um, in Saudi Arabia, that's their fatwa. So that's what advise you. Don't put a piece of paper on Mus'haf so you could write all your notes. You could write the number of the ayah, and this way you can use it on something that going to help you. Can you write the meaning of some of the vocabulary and some of the rules of recitation? The owner of the book of coffee, he said if the Quran is written if I translate everything, it is a lot. The Sheikh said that the kids can use small Quran that can benefit from it. A lady, she thought that she could uh, take things from the Quran, and the Sheikh said there's three. What is done from that judge the Quran in their time. The second one is the clear that is taken by Allah. All the scholars tell you the forbidden to write down number of ayat and list of ayat, which really going to just teach you to read and never know what is required. And Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, the Mus'haf is so different. And the Sheikh saying there is a lot of parts, I mean, a lot of printed Quran that is done where they have like enough place so you can put your own comments and tell you the explanation. Some of the uh, and during on the side of the Quran, you could write whatever you want, and possibly you agree that inside this is the Quran Kareem. So a lot of people benefit from the publications of the Quran. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Woman is asking about a woman that someone he ignored his wife and her first. He don't go to his household even if his sons met him. He don't reply back. He asks his second wife not to talk to the first wife or her kids and to harm them. The question one of his kids they wanted to know can they not talk to him and move away from him so they not be harmed by his actions. The answer after the denial from what if it is correct of the man neglecting his first one not to be just and to help him with the expenditure and to cut his severe his relationship with his kids and entice his second wife from uh, ignoring them. If it is true, that depends on the person's sentence. It is from the hardship that Allah His Messenger uh, this approved this Allah. Don't think Allah is unaware of what the transgressors are doing. And don't be among those who regret and say, we wish we could But Allah had decided that they will not go back to it. And they see from Allah what they did not expect. Don't think Allah don't know what the wrongdoers are doing. And the ayat in this is very clear. So after stretching these meanings, so we tell to his sons, uh, the one who stay with his kinship is not the one who reward. No, don't wait. If your dad is transgressor, that does not give you time to transgress. It is still your father, and you are have the minimum of being good to him. The goodness and the connection does not mean to be there every time. Sometimes it's to say something that is good, spread the peace, do the needs. This is the general known that you don't get harm. I will take you out of the severing the ties. Remember the saying of the Prophet ﷺ, who said, "Not the word for the one who is the one who rewards you if you did something to him. No, but the one who stay with you when people sever their ties with them." Someone came to the Prophet ﷺ and said, "I have some relatives that I am continuing relationship and they are always doing me wrong." He said, "If it is like you are saying, then as if you are sending in their face is the hot sand, and you still have a support from Allah as long as you're doing that. Then I will say with Allah saying, and we say, made you, some of you, to each as a test. Are you going to be patient?" And Allah is seer, He can see everything. Another question about the Haid and the civilian divorce. If the husband took it, the divorce during the period is something disputed. The majority that it happens, and some of the four schools of thought, and this is what American Muslim jurists take, that they say that the divorce during that period it is forbidden, but it does happen. And to repeat it in one place, it meaning it will be. It all depends on his intention. It meant to make it three, then that's it. If it is to verify, then it is one. And sometimes to save the Muslim relationship, and some of those who said it did not happen, that Shaykh Islam Ibn Taymiyyah said, and his son of Ibn Qayyim, and the scholars of the Haram. There is so many innovated divorce, like divorce during a period or purification that she is in, and the truth that it did not happen will not be accepted. And since this is a disputed matter, we stress what it was said about divorce when it said, and the one who make a fatwa to take the thing of the scholars who don't see that divorce happen, or he will take it back to them to save the family ties. The divorce, the civilian divorce, in it, whoever divorces his wife freely in the court is divorced. unless he paid, because he don't want to do nothing except to free the civilian connection of the, and he want to keep it, and then you go to the husband and you see, and all the arbitration Muslim places is one part of this Amja. The divorce that the it's not allowed except the divorce of, and the adda is for the husband. But if the husband signed voluntarily about the divorce, it is considered a divorce, and the court is there to verify. Um, a question about the right, the financial right of the wife as independent. Can he interfere in it? Saying that my husband always attacked me, and I gave him an advice more than once. He did not. That required a great pain. What do I do? We all agree that the woman have her independence in her finances, and nothing is allowed from her money except with her satisfaction. But she is encouraged to give up to a third of her money to consult with him. But to take over her wealth and he deal with it because he is in charge, no. That's not part of the guardianship. Her money is sacred for her, and it's not allowed for anybody without her permission. So Allah said, on the Muslim is forbidden his honor, his wealth, because Allah said, if it is allowed from them, then eat it with good health. And those who are asking about the zakah of 401k, how do you count it? The ownership is complete for zakah, meaning you are capable of ordering something and to practice the ownership on it. So it is between the human and a matter. They have to have the absolute power on what to do with it. And with the 401k, after it takes the penalties and the car, and that's how most of the 401k, if you want to take it before it's time, then it is you pay penalties, and anything beyond that should be money that you pay zakah on. And the year that Allah allowed, it is the lunar one, not they ask about the crescents. It is a requirement from Allah, and it's 2.5%. Ask Allah the success. A woman is asking, I live in Canada. I don't see any Islamic institution to give you a loan, and I need a house. Can I take a loan from the normal bank? I'm in need of it. I have a family of 7 kids. We tell her to, it's not allowed except during emergencies. it is allowed for anyone that has um, necessity or need, since there is no alternative. And for those who thought that they have to, but for those who have to, then let them ask those that they trust in their knowledge. Allahumma ameen. Ameen. Our brother, he is asking about the rental, the old rent must be inherited. I was told that the old rent is not inherited. He said, yes, it's true what you were told me. No one can rent your right to others. And if you tried what you did and pay for the house, so you can ask the owner if he could compensate you for taking care of it. And I think if you're about leaving the house for renovation, no one will. There's no place to argue. They're all doing their best. I ask Allah for me and you is success. Last question. The rule of taking a vitamin or medicine that has gelatin in it, that is taken out of the pig, or any other animals that are barely make. If we live in the West, what is known as the forbidden, and to take the khinzir to something different, or of the time of medicine, and no one else stood in his place. There is no burden of using gelatin that is taken from the thing that is allowed, the animal that is, but you cannot take it from the things that are forbidden, like the bones of the pig. Nor to use the vaccination of it, but unless it is something that is minor about the use, so it has no effect of taste or. And there is a stage called istihala, which is to move from one condition to another. That is different in all its characters, and it is one of the things that is allowed to make tatahur. So the condition is not about being frozen or not. No, it's had to change the situation itself. The problem in here, in the way you practice it, it's just like the expert decided. If the experts they have agreed of the Sahara, then it is allowed. If they dispute before time. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد ان لا اله الا انت نستغفرك ونتوب اليك ان شاء الله.